Bonjour et bienvenue dans cette nouvelle vidéo.
Hello and welcome to this video. Today we are going to look at the measurement of turbidity using a turbidity tube. I remind you that we are in step 3 of the water supply cycle corresponding to quality. You've chosen your water source, but it's not clear, which is often the case for surface water like this pond. This is called turbidity. Turbidity is an important characteristic of water. It is due to the presence of suspended mineral or organic particles, living or detrital. Turbid water is water that is cloudy and allows little light to penetrate. The more turbid water is, the more likely it is to develop pathogenic elements. Turbidity plays a major role in the effectiveness of chlorination. The purpose of measuring turbidity is to determine the need for pre-treatment, such as assisted sedimentation. The simplest and least expensive method of measuring turbidity is to use a turbidity tube, found in the chlorination and water control kit. The turbidity tube is a clear graduated plastic tube, about 1 meter long. At MSF we use the Delaware brand Jackson tube. The tube costs €85 at MSF Logistic and weighs about 200 grams. Turbidity is expressed in NTU, which stands for nephelometric turbidity unit. The turbidity tube is graduated from 5 to 2000 NTU from top to bottom, and you notice that the scale is not linear. You can see, for example, that the distance between 5 and 10 is much greater than the distance between 100 and 200. On the bottom of the tube there is a circle or a cross, which will be used for a reference for measurements expressed in NTU. The first step is to assemble the tube. As you can see, the tube is divided into 2 parts when you take it out of the kit, which fit together like this. Caution: once it is fitted and filled with water, it is recommended to hold the tube by the bottom part like this, to avoid it coming off and breaking during the process. Today we are going to carry out the measurements on the educational pond of the training center. The first step is to rinse the tube 3 times with the water to be tested. For flocculation jar tests, we recommend that you take the sample at the motor pump outlet in order to obtain the most accurate turbidity. The second step is to fill the tube to the 5 NTU mark with the water to be tested. Wait a few seconds for the water to stabilize and for the bubbles to disappear. The third step is now to read the result visually. Caution: this operation must be done while holding the tube vertically in good lighting conditions. The reading of the turbidity tube should be done in natural daylight. Avoid direct sunlight. This may distort the results. In an unshaded area like here, use your own shadow. You will need to remove your sunglasses during the measurement. For the most accurate reading, you should be able to clearly see the circle at the bottom of the tube through the opening in the water column. If the circle or cross is not visible, gradually remove the water from the tube until the mark can be clearly discerned. Then read the result on the corresponding level on the tube scale. Here we get a result of 50 NTU. A pre-treatment will therefore be necessary. Don't forget to record the result in a logbook, mentioning the place of measurement, the date, the time, and your name. And don't forget to rinse the tube once the operation is over.
Voilà.
I remind you that you can find the whole procedure in Technical Sheet 2.13 in Public Health Engineering. Thank you for your attention, and see you soon for new videos.